You are listening to the first Social Radio. And now, Family Business Talk Show about the relationships between family members that work together. Broadcast by Yael Dor.
Good morning to you all listeners. I'm Yael Dor here at the studio, the first social radio station in Israel. I invite you to get updates 24/7 on the website and on the app. Watch and listen to all of our live shows and reruns. You are welcome to join our Facebook page, to comment and to share. We're here this morning broadcasting live the show Family Business Talk Show. The show is about the relationships between family members that work together in the family business. Normally the show is every other Thursday at 10 p.m. Israel time, but because of the time difference with my guest today, we are broadcasting in the morning. I'm Yael Dor. I'm an artist, therapist, and family business expert, creator of the Dor method. I'm second generation to a family business, a pavement block factory, which has existed for 45 years, and in which we have worked for 3 generations. This morning in Israel, noontime in Hong Kong, we have 3 distinguished guests, Honey Mash and Joy Pamnani, owners and executive of Aspire, a family business from Hong Kong, China. Before I introduce my guests today and their business, we'll listen to a song I prepared especially for you, Honey and Mesh, for being as unique as each one of you, as a couple and as individual. The name of the song is Hello, originally sang by Beyonce and now sang by an Israeli singer called Narkis. So let's hear it.
שיחזרו ההופעות כבר. אמן. Remember those walls I built? Well, baby, they're tumbling down. They didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in your light of your halo, I got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking. I'm never gonna shout you out. Everywhere I'm looking out, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can see your halo. I pray you won't fade away. I can see your halo, halo, halo. It feel like a ray of sun burning to my darkest night. You're the only one that I want. Think I'm addicted to your light. Swear I never fall again, but just don't even feel like falling. Gravity can't forget to pull me back to the ground again. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking. I'm never gonna shout you out. Everywhere I'm looking out, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can see your halo. I pray you won't fade away. Ooh, oh, no.
Okay, we are back. The business Inspire to Inspire was established in 2009, 12 years ago, and founded by Hani and Mash Pamnani, a wellness training company that designs, creates workshops on mental health, stress management, mindfulness, laughter yoga, dance yoga, and teaching positive education in school, universities, as well as public speaking and much more. Worked with 100,000 individuals from corporations, NGOs, hospitals, restaurants, schools, universities, hotels, elderly homes, government institutions, and more. The work covers by major media networks as Fox News, CCTV, Washington Post, and more. A year ago, their daughter Joy joined the company and served as a Chief Innovation Officer. Well, welcome to my show, and thank you for being here with me.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Yes, Happy New Year to you. You can say it in Chinese because I can't say it.
Sunning Philo.
Sunning Philo.
Okay. And I say it in Hebrew, Shana Tova. Okay. So you, Mesh, you came from a trading company that you still own. How did you make the transition to a wellness training company?
I think, firstly, I wasn't well myself. So something got me out of my sickness. And one of those things was being present to, I have to be healthy myself. And once I learned how to be healthy, it was very natural for me to actually share what I had learned in the process. So I used to be 86 kilos. I used to eat really unhealthy food. I used to not exercise. And then I had a sinus condition, and it all changed once I started practicing health and happiness rituals.
Yes.
So that's why I'm like, okay, I can become healthy, so can everybody else. So how can I share that with humanity?
Yes. And you, honey, what made you? And then before I go to you, honey, and then what happened when you wanted to share? How you shared your path of getting?
So basically, I think 2009, I did a landmark forum. And for me, one of the best things that I realized was I had made money. Now I needed to do something in my life that was more meaningful and purposeful. So one of the things that they bring up in the conversation is, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? So the thing that stuck with me was making a difference. How can I make a difference in life, my life and the life of others? And that's why I'm like, okay, this sounds like a great idea. Let's make Hong Kong a happier and healthier place.
Yes.
So it was naturally coming from that.
Yes. And you, honey, what made you decide to join MASH and do it together?
For me, wellness has always been a passion. I regularly practice home remedies, aromatherapy, energy healing. So, to be able to share that with the community, I grew up in Hong Kong. So, Hong Kong's given us a lot. And I learned laughter yoga in India. And when we came back after our retreat in India, we realized that, this is not something that's practiced here. Nobody knows about it. And it's such an easy and effective tool to make people happy, healthy, connect them. So we said, why don't we start, sharing this with Hong Kong people? And that's when we started community classes. And then that's when the idea for business came, and that's how we grew. So it started off as a community initiative that grew into a business. That's actually a passion. So passion converted into business.
Yes, which is
without
great.
Yeah.
And so how did you decide? I mean, you wanted to, I guess you joined together because you had the same goal, the same passion, and the same mission, actually.
Yeah, to create our mission really is to be happy and healthy and to inspire others to greater goals in life, in their health, happiness, and other goals. So everything starts with the body. Especially, now post-COVID, everybody realizes the importance of well-being. If you have a healthy body, a healthy mind, you can do anything. You can be successful. You have the energy to accomplish anything. So it all starts with yourself. So that's where we came from. And also to making a difference, to contributing. Yeah.
Okay, and what made you, Joy, decide to join the business? And what happened when you joined as far as the company development?
Well, I was honestly curious about my parents' business in 2020. And normally we travel during the holidays, but 2020 we were stuck here. And I was spending a lot more time in the office because, university life, you'd go to university, have your lectures there, hang out with friends. But then I was just coming to the office to study, to print out lecture notes. And I would notice the way my parents did things in the business and start to kind of question assumptions. Like, why don't we update the website? Why don't we do this? Have you ever tried that? Would this work? Would that work? And then that summer, I just kind of volunteered some of my time, helped out in the business. And I wanted to do a lot more. But then I still had one more semester of studies left. So I said, okay, after that, I'm coming back and I'm coming in the business. And I would say like the changes that I've made to the business is I've kind of questioned stereotypes or an old way that things may have been done in the past, and can we approach it differently? And I've definitely realized, all of us have realized, that one of the best things about a family business is you can contribute your ideas and we'll actually debate about it. Like, it could actually be implemented, but it's a matter of taking it seriously, being open to new ideas. It's not just like, oh yeah, this sounds fancy, or everybody's doing this, that's why it's right. It's about trying new things and innovating. That's why they gave me the chief innovation.
So actually from coming to the business, even before 2020, you used to come to the business. So it's actually curiosity, and also it became your passion as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as a kid, like in 2009, when they founded the business, I was 11 years old. When workshops didn't clash with school time, I would sometimes tag along, and I thought we were doing some wonderful work. But then, as an 11-year-old kid, how much can you contribute to a business?
Yes.
I was curious about how we could expand this, not just in Hong Kong, but all around the world.
Yes.
And where is the situation going with Hong Kong executives? And now we're particularly interested in the education market, like teachers so stressed nowadays. How can we help them out?
Yes. And what did you learn about yourself through this process? About yourself, your parents? What did you learn? I mean, the interaction was different. I mean, it's not like father, mother. Now it's you are employee, you get a salary, your father and your mother, they're the boss. I mean, what happened? And how did you feel?
I would say we definitely got to know each other a lot better, and a better understanding of strengths and weaknesses. I would say in the beginning, the difficulty that we encountered a lot was the idea of debate, because, when you want to have a debate, and I come from my high school debate teams, I've taken part in a lot of debates. It's like we keep it purely intellectual. It's just about the idea or the theory or the concept that we're evaluating. And I wanted debate to be like that whenever we came up with new ideas for the business.
Yes.
But then it was not always the case. And it's harder with family, right?
Yes.
Because you bring emotional issues into it, or maybe based on past behavior that, or past experiences, events that have happened. they kind of bias the debate, and we're not able to evaluate an idea objectively. It's very subjective debate. And in the beginning, it's like if somebody disagrees with you, you don't want to talk to them. Like, leave me alone. Get out of here. I'm not speaking to you at night.
Yeah.
But then we had to really separate that intellectual side and that emotional side of the debate. And I would say I'm not perfect now, but I definitely am way better than I was 1 year back.
But still, if you have emotion rise and emotion, I mean, a relationship issue, you still need to talk about it, even though not talk about it maybe in the business meetings or in the office, but did you solve it in a different way or a different place? Because just to let it stay there, it will come again. So how did you solve if there are a relationship issue or a reminder for the past behavior came, what did you do? How did you manage it?
I would say sometimes when an emotional issue comes up, then the person experiencing it needs a bit of time to themselves, and you can't necessarily be like, no, come here, we're debating about this idea or business strategy or intellectual topic. You need to give them a bit of time and space, and as family members, empathy is also really important in the process. But if you're just going to skip a certain topic or say, I'm not going to talk about it, get out of here, then the relationship is no way going to get better in the long run. And this family business has gotten us close together. And but there are still ups and downs, but we get through these ups and downs because there is a commitment to, we all want to make it work.
Yes. So honey, what do you think about what we just discussed?
I think it's beautiful to have family with you in the business, and it's definitely brought us closer together because not only from a personal perspective, from a business perspective, you understand each other's strengths and their limitations also. And then you're in a place to say, okay, I know this is your strength, so why don't you focus on this and let me focus on this, and have the business interest in mind, you know?
Yes.
So that way you're coming from supporting the business structure and at the same time giving each person the freedom, the ability to excel in the areas that they're good at, to shine. And when it's your time to shine, you shine. So it's really having that partnership, having that support, and especially for Joy, because she already early years on when she was studying, we noticed that she's not the type of person to fit into a 9-to-5 job. She has a very strong entrepreneurial spirit. She likes freedom around her work. She likes creativity is one of her strengths. Love of learning is one of her strengths. So this is when she got exposed to the business and she started spending more time with us. This kind of ignited her passion. So, and then she got more and more involved. So it was her self-discovery, how she discovered, and her personal decision that she wanted to be in the business. And that opened up doors for us at the same time, Mahesh and me, because we looked at new and creative ways of how to reinvent the business, because, you have to reinvent. You're living in a modern era, so many changes. So it's really mutually beneficial for her to join us. Like, she's getting the freedom and the space to create. At the same time, we're getting a newer aspect, a different new perspective, lots of ideas, going forward. So I think it's a perfect win-win. And I think for any family, if people out there, our listeners, are considering, should they join a family business or not? Again, you have being open, being creative, and allowing each other the space to explore, to express is great.
And to develop,
opportunity. Yeah, to develop. It's a great opportunity.
I think it's key to success in a family business, really, to allow people to really find, sometimes if they don't know exactly what they want, but let them find out and help them to find out, like you say, shine and to develop and to become a better person and more successful person as an individual, and how to help the business to shine and succeed as well. I agree 100%. And Mash, what do you think? I feel that from our early conversation that there is a similarity, maybe I'm wrong, similarity between Joy and you. And sometimes, but there is some similarity. It's harder in certain situation.
Yeah, I think if you ask me how I have processed those kinds of conflicts,
yes,
because conflicts is part of life. It's like you can't run away from conflicts.
Yes,
and yet if I'm all the time talking about positivity, well-being. So one of the aspects of well-being is relationship well-being.
Yes.
So the thing is, it has to come from a give and take. It cannot be, I am superior. I know it all.
Yes.
So sometimes you just have to have that, let's understand where is the other person coming from.
Yeah.
And there's always something that we can learn in the process.
Yes.
Like I have studied positive psychology under Dr. Tal Ben Shahar, and it's all about creating one of the biggest factors to happiness is relationships. You cannot avoid it.
Yes.
And so you have to, in some places, make that compromise where just listen, stand back and
listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
What can I learn in the process?
Yes.
And it usually turns out well. I mean, for me, it has always turned out well. I'm always happy. Yes, you have that initial knee-jerk reaction to, why is she telling me what to do? I know better.
Yes. Because sorry for interrupting, because you've been in her shoes. I mean, you've been in her age. She never been in your age. So in a way, it's easier for you to understand her passion, that she wants to run fast, that she wants to do this and that, and she wants to bring new things to the business. But for you, Joy, how is it? Because you never been in your father or mother age, so it's harder. I mean, I was thinking about it. Maybe you need to talk to your grandparents. Maybe you need to talk to older people, just to learn about what it's like to be more experienced, on what about it, to see things from your parents' perspective. I was thinking about it. So
I do like reading books about business, like previous case studies, but I also feel like many successful businesses we see today are the ones that are able to challenge stereotypes. Like you look at a company like Uber or Airbnb. Nobody thought that you could travel overseas. Everybody's like, we travel overseas, we have to stay in a hotel, or maybe serviced apartment. Nobody thought, okay, local culture, experiencing local culture will be a plus point, and we could have visitors stay in the houses of local people, and it could be a source of passive income for them. But somebody dared to challenge that stereotype, and it made such a successful business.
Yes.
Like the shared economy was born. So it's like, even if you're an experienced person in business, it's about being open to new ideas.
Absolutely. And the world is changing so quickly, I mean, so fast, that you need to be more flexible and open, like you say, to new ideas. And it's and I think it's more fun instead of just going the same way or doing the work the same way every day. I mean, it's creative, brings more life. I mean, it's life, actually. It's more fun and more. And I see we almost, you need to go, right? You need to leave. So before you leave, you mentioned that every time that the energy in the office is a bit low, you say, let's put music and dance. So so that's what we'll do now. I don't know about dancing. We can dance as well, but I'll put music that you love, that you all love, and before you go, just to say thank you and goodbye.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
For you, just for you, Joe.
Yes. Yes.
That's so sweet.
Yes. Chaka chak. Yeah. From Asramgir.
It's a new movie.
Actually, this movie came out on the 24th or 25th this month.
टपती दोपहर सी लड़की की लहर सी मेरी जैसी चाहिए तेरे जैसे को फूलों वाली डाली भी हो चुम्मा भी हो गाली भी हो बोलो कैसी चाहिए तेरे जैसे को पलंग टूटता पहली रात सारा मोहल्ला करता बात हुई चौर में बरसात कौन वहाँ था किसके साथ हाय चका चक चका चक है तू हाय चका चक चका चक हूँ मैं हाय चका चक चका चक है तू हाय हाय चका चक चका चक हूँ मैं
I didn't know copyright.
मुझे तुम्हारे नखरे वखरे प्यारे हैं तुझे है भाई लटके झटके मेरे जी मरी हूँ मैं अब तेरे इश्क बुखार में रख लेना दिल प्यार में हाय चक 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 है तू हाय चक 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 हूँ मैं मेरे वाला तू तेरे वाली मैं जंगली सी चेहरे सी कुर्रत को चेहरे सी मेरे जैसी चाहिए तेरे जैसे को छुई मुई छुरी भी हूँ अच्छी भी हूँ बुरी भी हूँ बोलो कैसी चाहिए तेरे जैसे को पटना की चाट हो 16 स्वाद माटी में मेरे प्यार की ठान पास पड़ोस भी रखे याद आतिशबाजी शाम के बाद
Okay, I'll see you guys.
Yes, it was great to have you and to know you and to meet you. So,
Yes. Enjoy the
Yeah.
rest of the show.
thank you very much.
She's going to be an MC in the university for the next 2 hours.
Yes,
So.
I
Okay.
gotta rush for that.
Okay, so we'll hear the end of the song at the end of the show. But okay, so back to our discussion. We talked about title. How did you came out with the title of your each person title? And also, it's not only when you decided about the title of your position or what you do in the company, there's still a lot of management work to be done, like administrative work, dealing with the money, financial, calling clients, sales, marketing. I mean, there's a lot of other work beside doing the workshops and designing the workshops and leading the workshop and teaching. So who does what? And how do you decide who would do it?
I think in terms of the energy of creating happiness, like I have that, like I can turn myself on like within like 1 second. It's like I don't need time to generate that kind of happiness through, whether it's through laughter yoga or giving a talk on whatever, positive psychology, positive education. So that's why I personally chose to take that lead to be the main trainer, like speaking. And then the other thing is I read a lot, like same thing like Joy, right? So she reads a lot, I read a lot. So I'm always looking for, how can I integrate what I have learned into my workshops? Now, with her, she's more the office type. So she knows how to network, how to manage the administration process. So that's why I chose myself as a Chief Happiness Officer. The other thing is, like I noticed when we started using that title, people would look at my name card and be like, Chief Happiness Officer, we need more of that in the world. Like, what do you do? So there's this interest by people naturally. And again, wellness, you can talk about that.
For me, wellness is a passion, as I said earlier. So for me, it was very apt to, take on the wellness, portal, so to say, because my specialization is yoga, breathing, aromatherapy, the holistic remedies, the holistic ways of healing. So that was my passion. So it kind of rightly, fit into that wellness. And yes, I do run the business. So I'm the admin manager, the overall manager, taking care of the marketing and all the other aspects that they are. But yes, I am a trainer at the same time. I do go for workshops, I lead and all that as well, but not as much as him because I do have other responsibilities.
Yes.
So and then Joy's role is more public speaking, and she's the innovation person for us, really, bringing in the creativity and all. And her arena is public speaking, communication, that's her so-called baby, So that's something she focuses on. So again, innovation really just naturally fell into her because that's her strength. Yeah.
But how do you feel that actually you run the business? I mean, you do all the management work, because sometimes it gets boring to do that kind of work. So how do you feel about it? Because maybe you want to do more of workshop, maybe you want to do other things, but before your responsibility, you can't do more or develop more. Maybe, I don't know, I'm asking.
Yes, I mean, there are times when I feel, yes, I should be devoting more time to workshops. And I guess it's a process. This year I have taken on to, creating new workshops and leading that as well. I want to take an active role. And not to say that even the office duties, they are kind of delegated, they are divided, because Mahesh does help in the marketing, social media, Joy is taking care of. So it's not like 100% I'm running the office. They have their bits and pieces that they take care of. Yes, but overall, if you say the contact person of the company primarily is me, yes, going forward, I would like to, and I'm working on that, to delegate more to my staff as well as to be in the forefront. That's work in progress.
Like over the last 3 months, she actually prepared and delivered 3 workshops for the ethnic minority community on her own. Like I wasn't involved. I just gave her the PowerPoint. Okay, you go and decide what you want to put in. And it was delivered by, I wasn't even present for those workshops. So it's like slowly, she's actually doing that. She's taking the lead to actually deliver the workshop.
That's great.
Yeah,
great.
I mean, even in the past, I've led so many women empowerment workshops. We've worked with the American Women's Association, so many other. And then there are times when, the same company calls us at 2 different locations on the same day. So Mahesh is delivering in one location, I'm delivering in the other. So it's not that I, can't. It's just that, timing wise, whatever works out, we make a decision on what's more feasible for that day, for that event. And yes, there's definitely lots and lots of opportunities.
Okay, my next question is, you've been married for 27 years and you developed tremendously through those years. What was your turning point when you understood that you need to change or see things in a different way. And you told me earlier, landmark,
Yes.
because you both come from a different. You come from Morocco. You were born in India, raised in Hong Kong, and you come from different background, different culture, different countries, different homes. So you come from Mesh, you come from a big family, you come from a small family. So how did you bridge the gap of different way of thinking, because you were raised differently? And okay.
I think for me, the challenge was understanding that I was taking her for granted at a certain point in time. Like I thought her way of doing things was not efficient. Like I thought I know better. Like I've grown up differently and I know better. And when I did the Lamarck Forum, like you hear the perspective of the different people, and you suddenly realize, like, oh my God, what must my wife be going through with me not acknowledging her way of being in life? And that really like shifted for me. I don't think she's shifted much. She's been loving before marriage, during that phase when we were, always arguing, and even after that. So it's not her, it's I who had to give up that family is a certain way.
Yeah.
Like it can be any way. And really
Right.
having
Can
that
be any way.
realization-
Right.
Can be any way. And realizing that helped me a lot to really get close to her, understand her perspective, give her support. Like sometimes her parents are not well, like, and she can't work, and it's okay. Like I can be the standby backup person full time or she has to go for a retreat to India.
Yes.
Okay, 20 days. I'm okay. I'll manage the business. Don't worry about it. So, but she gets worried. What is going to happen without me? And I'm like, don't worry.
Yeah.
Things will work out.
Yes.
So yeah, it's I think it developed more after the Landmark Forum.
Yes.
So that sharing really, really helps.
Yes. And so how do you feel about what Mesh just said?
Well, it's in every relationship, when you have that love, you have that understanding, you have that support, anything is possible.
Yes.
Challenges come in life,
Yes.
miscommunications happen, arguments happen, that's part and parcel of every
Yes.
relationship.
Yes.
But as long as you're committed to the relationship, you're willing to make it work, you're open about it, you're open to communicate and resolve any differences, resolve any issues, you're able to move on. It's not that love and commitment, commitment, respect, understanding, all are crucial elements in any relationship.
Yes.
And more so for us, because it's not just personal, we're in business together. So it absolutely doesn't make sense to hold on to something, because
Yes.
your business and your life is so intertwined.
Yes.
So our goals are so linked,
Yeah.
personally, professionally.
Yes.
So it just doesn't make sense to hold on to anything. So
Yeah,
that's why,
absolutely.
we're very close in that, and we, just clear off whatever needs to be cleared.
So what you're saying is really the business is really helping you both to work. If there's an issue, work on it, and not say, we'll do it sometime, some other time. So it really forces you to look into it, to work on it, to talk about it. So really working together is this is a good thing about working together as a family business.
It's a good thing, but having said that, still any
Yeah.
issues need to be first solved on the
Yes.
personal front, on a family front. Once you have that united family, that bonded family, and that commitment is there, then obviously going into business, anything is possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's coming from that bond, from
Yes.
that love.
Yes.
There's something that I got reminded as we were speaking, like we have something called as persistent complaints. They're called rackets. So we racket, like, oh, I'm right, she's wrong, I'm right, she's wrong, I'm right. And then you have to learn to kind of bracket your racket. Like, stop it. Listen to something that is possible rather than I'm right, you're wrong. I'm right, you're wrong. I'm right, you're wrong. So it's that training yourself to be committed to always going back to, am I racketing? Am I in the face of persistent complaining? And then you just, okay, I am doing that, and admitting it, and then things open up.
Yeah, I think it's awareness. When you're aware of yourself or of your behavior, and you can just see it. Not only, see it in your head, in your imagination. So it really helps you in the relationship, and also you're constantly learning, and you go. You said, I'm reading. You go. I'm sure you develop yourself. You go to workshop, for in other people workshop. So it's really helps your relationship to become better and better all the time. And you have the tools to solve things quickly instead of holding it and not talking about it. Okay, so what is family for you? For each one of you, what's family? When I say the word family, what comes to your mind?
For me, it's some close-knit members that are committed to being in a relationship to you. Like sometimes you have friends and they're not committed to you as a person, whereas your family is like, what are you committed to? And I am going to support you no matter what. Whatever the conditions are, I'm going to. So a family member is someone who's 100% committed to whoever you are in your life. Like that for me is a family member.
Yes, and family, just in general, when I say family, anything else come to your mind?
Yeah, so our work is also energy work. And so one of the things is there's a universality in life itself. So my family has expanded beyond my wife, my daughter, my parents, my sisters. So it's slowly you expand your perspective beyond my family, my city family, my country family, the universe family. How can I make a difference? If I'm able to focus on the well-being of the world, naturally the close ones are even better. So it's an expanded perspective. The family, it's no longer limiting. It's a greater. Yeah,
I see. And for you, honey?
I think, yes, pretty much the same. For me, the word family is like definitely love and being there for each other. It's like family is someone that you can always fall back to. Whether you're happy, you're sad, you can share anything and everything with them.
Yes.
So, just being there for each other, no judgment, no criticism. Just being there for each other, simply being there. And yes, that expanded perspective, because if you look at today, pandemic, and there's so many challenges happening around the world, but sitting where you are, people can't travel, but sitting where you are, if you can send positive thoughts, if you can send positive energy to the people who are suffering worldwide, that's the little bare minimum that you can do as a human being.
Yes.
And that's possible through your vibrations, through meditation, through energy work. And that's something we believe in, and that's something we practice. And that has expanded our family. It's a global family. We're all interconnected, whether we know it or not, whether we understand it or not. But each one of us is making a difference to each other. So why not do it positively?
Yes,
I want to add one small thing. So I grew up in a Hindu family, right? Indian tradition. And so in Indian, so you have religion, which is very mythological. They everything you'd learn is through stories. But if you ask me, what did I learn from life itself? I actually attribute it to two Jewish teachers. So one is Werner Erhard, the founder of Landmark Education, and the second is Tal Ben Shahar. So it's like sometimes you think you're a Hindu, but you can learn from anybody. You just have to expand yourself to go beyond your own limited thinking. And it's the same thing. I'm learning about Hinduism better, but from a Jewish teacher. So why not? The family is extended that way.
Yeah, that's reminds me that in businesses today, they look for diversity. They look for people from all different culture. It's much better to have different ideas from different people that come from different country, different culture, different religions. So what you just said, it's really integrate now more and more in the new management in businesses. I don't know about Hong Kong, but I know in United States and some in Israel as well, they integrate diversity and so it's
it definitely helps. That training is very critical to expand, and you need to understand markets. And easiest way to understand market is to have different people participate in the discussion.
Absolutely, that's one of the reasons, right? Okay, so we are very close to the end of the show. I still have a lot of questions to ask, and you probably have a lot to say. Just before we finish, if someone, a father, mother, a couple that think to work together, 3 things that you recommend that they should do or shouldn't do. Let's start with a couple. If a couple think about working together, what's your suggestion? Recommendation?
Okay, so my goal is to do some training. Like, love is not something that you can pick up from movies, right? Go for a training class, read a book on love. So like one book that I love personally is by Leo Buscaglia. And he talks about love. What is love? And it's like we go and get all these soft skills and management skills and all, but we never get trained to know what is love. And the main thing is, if you're getting into a business with a family member, please understand what love is, and then expand your perspective on it. Because once you do that, you can cross boundaries. Otherwise, you'll be stuck to your version of what you think.
So in other words, you say you must learn, you must develop, you must work on yourself, you must invest in yourself.
And it's across, right? There's Leo Buscaglia's work, and then there's the work of John Gottman. I was sharing with you. His work is like, literally, if you're going through a challenge, you can reverse it. Like, that's the goal. Like any challenging relationship, you can learn to fix it, and that's the beauty of it. And it's scientific, work. So again, it's training. Like for me, it's all about having that ability to put aside your time for creating something that you think is meaningful in life. And so you train yourself constantly. It's not like a one-time thing.
Absolutely. And you, honey, what's your recommendation for a couple that decide or think or want to work together?
I think definitely, yes, training. One of the books that's inspired me is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey. It's about human relationships, but it's also about leadership, right? It teaches you, like, what are the habits, what are the principles one needs to follow in relationships? Because a couple, a loving relationship is very important, and there are certain skills needed if you want to expand it into a business. It's not so much about me and you and what I like and what I want. It's more about the organization. What can we create together? How are we going to be as leaders? So having an open mind, having open communication is important, having an understanding, having mutual respect. So there are lots of things, lots of tools needed. So yes, definitely expansion of oneself. And at the end of the day, acceptance for each other, tolerance for each other, patience for each other, because each person is going to have their own mindset of how should business be? How should we do this? Or how should we do that? Or we shouldn't do this, So there is going to be conflict. So you need to know how to handle that, right?
Yes. Okay, so we have to say almost goodbye. So thank you so much for being here with me on this program. Thank you for sharing and giving of your experience and wisdom. Thanks to Ofer Buchnik, our studio technician. Family business show comes to an end. We met a family business inspired to inspire. We talked about how the business started and volunteer work for the local community and grew to be a successful wellness training company with 2 generations in Hong Kong, China. We talked about the importance and values of the family and about the relationship between 3 family members that work together in the business. I invite you to update 24 hours a day on the website and on the app. Watch and listen to all of our live shows and reruns. Facebook page. You're welcome to join our Facebook page, to comment and to share. And if you are considering becoming a family business, if you are frustrated at working in a family business, do not succeed to communicate well with the family members, send me a message in private or on WhatsApp 054-242-0451, and you receive a free consultation session with me. I'm Yael Dor here on the First Social Radio Station, wishing you a good morning, good afternoon, a wonderful day, and continued pleasant listening. So thank you, Mash and Hani. It was great meeting you. It was great having you on my show. I'm grateful for that. We'll continue keeping in touch and have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and happy New Year. So
Happy New Year.
Sunlin Philo. To our Asian listeners.
Yes.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You can stay. Yeah. You can stay.
मुझे तुम्हारे नखरे वखरे प्यारे हैं तुझे है भाई लटके झटके मेरे जी मरी हूँ मैं अब तेरे इश्क बुखार में रख ले दिल प्यार में हाय चक 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 है तू हाय चक 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 हूँ मैं मेरे वाला
Thank you. Bye.
You are listening to the first social radio. And now, family business talk show about the relationships between family members that work together. Broadcast by Yael Dor.